I saw a post the other day, a lady had on practically nothing, showing a house.
You have so many real estate agents that are selling real estate to create content. They're not creating content to sell real estate.
You've had just different ebbs and flows and changes, but you still remain to be successful.
I didn't have family that I could go to that would pay my rent or loan me money. It was me and that little child. Every time I looked at her, it was like she was the strength that I didn't have. You don't need 1 million followers. You need 100 people that will go to the mat for you. And if you have that, you will build yourself $1 million business.
I'm excited to have you on here. First of all, I have to always share with the story how I came across your platform. You were talking about how you sold a big A house online and it had millions of views on it. And I'm like, who is this lady? She's so cute with her country self. I loved your accent, like all the things. And some of my clients that are in real estate, I do branding and marketing, right? And so some of the clients that I was doing consulting for, you're the #1 page that I point to. I just wanted you to know that. I tell them all the time, you have to follow Glennda. Of course, some of them knew who you were right away. And so when we talked about doing a podcast and being here in Atlanta, you were like #1 on the list. I said, God, if she says yes, I had a few women. If she says yes, everyone said yes.
Of course they did.
Everyone said yes, and it was like, yeah, it's time for you to really take, this podcast serious, because I would kind of just do it in, chill mode.
I love it. I love it that you're being intentional about it. I think that that's what's really key to making the best content is you're intentional. You want to speak with purpose.
Absolutely, I do, and that's why I have you here. So you were raised by a single mom, like your mom and dad were together, but mom held it down. She was doing everything and bouncing between apartments and all of these various things, and you guys didn't grow up like with being so well-to-do or grow up with rich or anything like that. At what point did you realize that one day was going to be, possible for you, like being able to live the way you live and have the life that you have? What was it that shifted for you from growing up that way to where you are today? Like, what made you say, I'm not gonna be poor, I'm not gonna be broke?
My mom would drive around all of these fancy neighborhoods, and she just loved to look at beautiful houses. And here she is in this beat up Pontiac held together with primer. And we would drive down the street and she would look at these houses and she would say, one day, pumpkin, one day, one day. And of course, being a child, you just think like you're living in an apartment. I'm eating the food from the cafeteria. Like it doesn't ever dawn on me that that is a one day, that it could be. And my mom just always, she said, Pumpkin, you're a star dressed like one. And she just always spoke positivity into me. She always believed in me. She always helped me believe in myself. And always I hear her voice. Anytime that I'm doubtful, I always hear her voice saying, one day, Pumpkin, one day. And I never knew that one day would be today and every day. So I think that you have a decision every single day. I say, my name is Glennda Baker. Amazing things happen to me. My name is Glennda Baker. I'm a woman of action, and my name is Glennda Baker. Everybody's going to know my name, and that's how I start my day, and that's why today is every day.
I love that. So you know what it reminds me of is there's a book that talks about the 1%, like how every day it's just like doing something to get you closer to your goal, like 1% every day. Like sometimes we think we have to take these huge leaps and do like make major moves, when a lot of times it's the little things that we do every single day that get us to where we are. Do you agree with that statement?
The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy is one of my absolute favorite books. And you don't realize, think about it. If you've got to go up 30 stairs, you don't go up 30 stairs at one time.
That's right.
You go up one at a time. And it just builds on top of another. I mean, you just think about like the content. Like I didn't make content to be like famous or be TikTok famous. That never even occurred to me in my head. I just wanted to talk to people about real estate.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to talk to them like they were my friend. And that was just kind of how it started.
Wow. Yeah, you do a great job at it. Before real estate, you were in designing though, sis. You were selling clothes, you were doing manufacturing. It said you sold up to $45,000 worth of your own pieces, according to Claude.
Well,
you could fact check that, right? In one day in your first fashion show. Did it get it right?
Yeah, it did.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's not a small thing. What made you decide to shift and from fashion into real estate?
Well, in 1990, $45,000 was a ton of money.
You better say it.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot, and I was making them out of my bedroom, which was what was so crazy. But I did that for a couple of years, and retail was just they were so mean, they were so difficult. And I remember I had sent these clothes to this boutique in New York, and the check bounced that the people sent. And I called the man and I'm like, hey, your check was returned. I need for you to reissue the check. And he goes, no. And I said, what? I said, is there something wrong with the clothes? He goes, no. And I said, well, I'm going to go after you for this bad check. He goes, oh, you're going to come here to New York and go after me? Your flight will cost you more than that. And hung up the phone on me.
Wow.
And I called my mom and I said, this is not fun. I don't want to do this. And my mom said, Pumpkin, you need to go be a real estate agent.
Just like that?
Just like that. I could tell you like the time of day she said that to me. And I was like, okay, so I signed up for real estate school.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, talk about trusting the words of your mother. Like she knew that there was something great. And here you are still years later in this real estate
34
industry
years.
And killing it. Like it says in 1992 you started.
September 4th of 1992.
New baby, 5 listings, already locked before you had your license. Wait, how did that even happen? Like just relationship building? Like what is it?
I read a book and it said how to develop a 6-figure income in real estate. I am an instructional.
Pause for a second. Read a book. The end. Didn't hire a coach. Didn't.
It's 1992. No, I didn't hire
I think
anybody.
it's important for people to hear that though, because we have so many lists of things we think we have to do when all you did was make a decision.
Yeah.
Read a book about being a 6-figure earner. I'll let you go.
Well, the thing about it is that the title told me, the title was what I wanted to do.
Right.
I wanted to earn 6 figures in real estate. And it said how to develop a 6-figure income in real estate. And I read it and I did everything that book said. I am an instructional person. Mm-hmm. I barely graduated from high school. I didn't take the SAT test. I didn't go to college. Like I just watched what other people did. Mm-hmm. And I called everybody that I knew and I said, you can buy a house or you can sell a house. Which one do you want to do? And 5 people said, we'll list our house with you. And those 5 people listed their house with me. By December, I was agent of the month. And they had put me in this cubicle and I got there at 9 o'clock because I thought it was a real job. I thought real jobs, you got there at 9 o'clock. So I got there at 9 o'clock and it was me and the office administrator. And I'm like, Carol, where is everybody? And she goes, oh, honey, it's real estate. It's optional. They'll float in and out all day. I'm like, I don't have to be here at 9 o'clock? She goes, nope. I don't have to stay here till 5 o'clock? She goes, nope. And it was just so odd to me that that was what was called a job.
Right.
So I watched for about a week, and the girl who was the #1 agent in the office, she had a private office, and there was nobody in the cubicle outside of her office. So I went to the broker. I said, can I move my cubicle? She goes, as long as nobody's there, go right ahead. Mm-hmm. I moved my cubicle right outside of that girl's office, and I sat there all day and listened to everything that girl said, how she talked to clients, how she talked to other agents, what she did to develop her business, and I just copied it. And I just Glendified it. I took what she would do, I took what this one would do, I took what that one would do, I shook it up in a bag and I spit out Glennda with a bunch of glitter. And that was just kind of how I went. By December, I was agent of the month. Praise the Lord and pass the money.
I love that. And so that power of proximity, I think, is so important. Like being around people that get it. that
Yeah.
are successful. What was different about her compared to some of the other agents? What did you notice, like right off rip, about her?
She was intentional. She was a boss. She got it done. And I loved, she took no prisoners. Like, she knew where she was going. She knew what she wanted to do. And she was on a mission. And that girl could sell ice to a damn Eskimo. I mean, she was amazing. And it was literally just listening. And you're so right that proximity to power, there is a value to that. None of us are original. You don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Look at what the most successful people are doing. Pick what works for you. Pick what you can actually apply, and then put your mark on it.
Yeah.
So I remember, like, she had this resume, and in this book it said, put your picture on everything, because people do business with people they're familiar with. And if you have your picture on it, they'll be familiar with you. Now keep thinking, this is 1992. So I went to the broker and I told her, I said, oh, I'm gonna put my picture on this. She goes, we don't allow that. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't listen to that. I went ahead, I put my picture on everything, every single thing. And I just kept getting business and kept getting business and kept getting business. She goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm putting my picture on everything. That rule changed.
And they allowed other agents to do it
now.
now.
Every
It's
real
everywhere,
estate
child.
agent
Look,
has their picture
listen,
everywhere.
on everything, on everywhere. But one of the things that I love about your story is, of course, it's not just a straight path to success, right? It's not perfect. It's crooked. There's some detours. You've gone through divorce. How many divorces did you share?
Well, you know, sometimes I think I should say several, because then when I tell you 3,
Which
you're
one you
like,
want to say?
Well, you think like 3, like 3. There's been 3.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you were single, you were married, you were single. So you've had just different ebbs and flows and changes, but you still remain to be successful when in the real estate business. Just talk to us a little bit about navigating your personal life during those times and the professional life. Like, was it just tough? Was it a struggle? Are you someone that works through, like you just go to work when life is hard? I find that in a lot of higher functioning women, that they tend to just kill it when it comes to business, and then sometimes their personal life can take a hit.
I didn't have that luxury to fail. I had a little daughter who needed me, who depended on me to support her.
Yeah.
My mother passed away in 1997, and so I didn't have family that I could go to that would pay my rent or loan me money. It was me and that little child. And every time I looked at her, it was like she was the strength that I didn't have. And I always look at her, even today, when I look at her, like, she is the reason I'm alive. She's the reason I made it through. Every bit of strength I couldn't pull from my own soul, I pulled from her.
Yeah.
And when I went through my most recent divorce, it was my little son who said to me, don't talk mean to yourself. Stop that. You are strong. You are amazing. You are better. You will make it through this. And so when I've struggled, I always remember my mom talking to me and telling me, Pumpkin, you are going to be fine by yourself. My mother was 43 when I was born. And so my mom always feared that she would die before she would get me grown up. And she always told me, you will be fine by yourself, Pumpkin, don't you worry. And so I would hear that. And then when I didn't have any more strength, I would look at those children, and I knew that I was what they depended on. And I didn't have that luxury to fail, and so I didn't. And I wasn't going to. It was not, failure wasn't an option, and it wasn't a word in my vocabulary. Even though I had gone through those failed marriages, and some people would look at that and they would think that either she doesn't know how to love or she doesn't know how to be loved. And I think that's such a cop-out, because I love with all of my heart.
Yeah.
And I look at my life and I think back, if I had to go through everything that I went through to sit here with you today, everything was worth it. And I just, and it may be just crazy, but I know that I will make it. And I look every single day and I think to myself, I have less life in front of me than I have behind me. But the quality of life that I have in front of me is so much richer than the life that I have behind. And it's built me to this person who is invincible.
Yeah. What did it teach you, like just going through the divorce? Like, did you feel like a portion of or part of yourself had to die? Or
No.
like tell me a little bit,
It
like just
fueled
what
my
did
greatness.
it teach you?
It fueled my greatness. Every time that somebody underestimated me, everybody didn't pick me on the playground, everybody who told me that, oh, Glennda Baker didn't go to college because she's too dumb. She barely graduated from high school. I mean, they were not going to graduate me. I missed 40 days of my senior year because I had been bullied so bad.
Wow.
And all of that, every time I close my eyes, I hear that. It fuels my greatness.
Yeah.
It does. And what it taught me was that you have to champion yourself.
That's good.
You have to be enthusiastic about your product. You have to believe in yourself. I don't need anybody else to believe in me. I believe in myself enough for you and everybody else. Nobody dictates my greatness except me.
Yeah. And that's what you walk away with each and every time, and that's what you provide your children. Like, you are the biggest cheerleader, I'm sure, in their lives. The same way your mother is for you. It sounds like your mother was just like your number one cheerleader.
Oh,
like,
yeah, she
constantly reminding you that it looks impossible, may look impossible, but it is.
Yeah.
And that you can do it, that you can get it done. Do you think you'll date again? Are you open to marriage? Are you open to, what's your thoughts when it comes to that?
I will never, ever get married again.
Okay.
I don't need to be married to define the significance of the relationship.
Love it.
Because the love defines the significance, the connection, the consideration, the way that you treasure and adore someone defines the relationship, not what you call it. And I'm actually in a very significant relationship, and I've been in that relationship for years, and I'm so blessed and so fortunate. So I love and I love people, and I look for the best in every single person, always.
I love that. Do you feel like you used to pick, we always talk about pickers. In one of the last conversations I was having with one of our guests, we were talking about her picker, because she was like, I have a bad picker. And she had to figure out how to really become whole and heal, and then who she chose to be in relationship with. She saw a shift, she saw a change in the people that she allowed in her life. And we talk about it even professionally, like people we hire, people that we bring on as partners, like just not coming from a place of brokenness, but a place of wholeness, and how it can really shift how you do relationship. Do you find any like just alignment or truth to what I just shared, or do you feel like you've had a different experience?
I think you attract what you project. And I think that when you are in an era of your life or a period of your life where you may not be the healthiest, where you may be broken, it is more likely than not that you will attract someone who is in a similar position. So, and you may say, oh, she's deflecting. She doesn't want to take responsibility.
No, I love that.
She doesn't want to take responsibility for her picker. But what I will say is, my first husband was my first love, and he gave me Victoria. And Victoria is the living proof of a love that is forever. And I look at my second husband, and while it was passionate and volatile, my little son is the best of both of us.
Yeah.
And when I think about my third husband, I don't want to acknowledge the bitterness. I want to look at it as the betterment of my life, because I learned so much from that marriage, but also from the breakdown of that marriage, that I think that it was the biggest lesson of my life. So while I am not complimentary of that marriage, I acknowledge that it made me better.
Yeah.
In every way, not in many ways, in every way. I learned so much throughout that relationship and after that relationship.
Yeah, and I can tell the fruit in your life. I can tell you have like this passion for women empowerment, right? Which is another reason why I brought you here. Like your diamond squad, you call your girls.
Yeah.
I love that. I used to have a spa called Diamonds Day Spa and Salon back in Orlando before the market crash of '08. And it went along with the market crash of '08. But and your daughter Victoria that you speak so highly of, she's a part of the team. And what like a testament to your friendship, your motherhood, like being a great leader for your daughter to be doing business with you and also loving it, because it can be difficult for your children to want to be a part or play a part, right, in the family business, if you know, let me call it that. And so what does it really feel like for you as a mom, like just doing life with your daughter, being able to do that? And do you lead her differently? It's kind of a twofold question. Do you show up differently for her as her mom in business?
So I didn't always have the best relationship with my daughter. We had a lot of struggles as we went through the teenage years and young adult, and we didn't see eye to eye, and she has a very strong personality. And I would say it wasn't until my daughter became a mother that I actually breathed a sigh of relief that I hadn't messed her up through all of my crazy chaos of marriages. Like, looking at her as a mother, whether she is a great mom because of me or in spite of me, she is the best mother in the world.
Aww.
And having the opportunity to work with her is such a pleasure and such an opportunity that I never thought I would have. It also gives her the freedom and flexibility to be there for her kids, for every Valentine's Day party, every soccer tournament. She is there enjoying her children and her family. Mm-hmm. And throughout our business relationship, it was important to me that she understand everybody gets treated the same. That's why the team works. Yes, you are my daughter, but everybody is on the same split. Everybody gets the same benefits. And sometimes that's hard for her to understand, but after she had been there for many years, she realized that that was the secret to the success. The people who I work with don't work for me. We work together to make, it's not about we only sell big houses. It's not about how many transactions we do. We want to provide an amazing experience for the consumer, but my main concern is the quality of life that those girls have.
Yeah.
I don't want them to walk into their home and carry this weight. I want to carry that for them. So whether it's Victoria or Eveline or Elizabeth, I want them to transfer all of that anxiety to me. I want them to walk into their lives and know that the quality of it is amazing. And when they're with their family, I want them to enjoy that.
Yeah.
We're leaving for the beach tomorrow. I moved my trip so I could be here with you.
Aww.
And those girls are going to go with me, Eveline and Elizabeth, and we'll spend. So these are not employees.
Right,
these
it's
are
family.
People, these are girls that when I went through that divorce held me together. These are girls, Elizabeth's been with me 26 years.
Wow.
She's lasted longer than any husband and all the husbands put together.
Listen.
So, I mean, these are not people that are just going to walk off into another era of their life.
Yeah.
We've lived through divorce, we've lived through death, we've lived through all parts of life together.
Wow.
So, and Victoria, she didn't realize that at first. She didn't realize that that was the secret to leadership. You think, or a lot of people think that leadership is all about, oh, you got to be strong, you got to be a boss, you got to show people what to do, you got to inspire them to be better. What you want is you want to inspire people to be the best version of themselves. You want to impact their lives so that they never feel with anybody else like you made them feel. I want you today after you finish with me, after I walk out the door, you know that you're going to think in your head, you're going to debrief the conversation, you're going to debrief the meeting with me. I want you to walk away today and say, holy cow, she inspired me, she impacted me, she taught me something that I didn't know. I feel better about myself. I can do this podcast. I can make this great. I can take this message to more people. I want you to have spent time with me, the interaction that you had with me, I want it to be valuable. It's not only your time that you're giving me, but your attention. Mm-hmm. That is your most valuable commodity. And I want you to walk away from me, the engagement with me, and say, holy cow, that was unreal. She brought it. She loved on me. She loved on my team. And she gave my audience something that they'll never, ever see again.
Yeah, and I think in that, number one, let me just say thank you, and I appreciate you even saying that. And I feel it. Like I feel your passion, I feel your heart, I feel the purpose oozing out of you. Like you're just in a phase of life where you just want to pour out, and I can sense that, I can feel that. Oddly enough, always growing up, I had older friends. Like I always loved being around older women because they just have this natural ability to care. You know, like just really care. I think that's missing in real estate. And I want to talk about that a little bit. You know, I've worked with so many women in real estate that may feel like they have to be alpha all the time. They're women in a predominantly male industry. When you look at some of those that are like in the C-suite or in the top and the decision makers, and I kind of feel like that is something that's been lacking. It becomes very transactional. Whereas I believe women have this innate ability to be more nurturing and have an ability to be more relational. And so I'm sensing it's you tell me because you're in it, but you know, you tell me because I'm seeing just such a gap now with women that feel like they have to be so hard all the time. They have to be the loudest in the room or the least dressed. No disrespect to all the other industries, but I don't know what it is about real estate. You know, it's like I have to look a certain way. My body has to be a certain way. Like I'm just seeing so much pressure in that real estate industry to be sexy. I saw a post the other day, a lady had on practically nothing, showing a house, making, you know, some digs, if you will, at women in the industry. So I kind of just want to, I don't even know what the question is, Glennda. But
I do.
Okay, thank you. Help sum it up for your girl. Well, because what is really happening in this industry?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. Television has really made real estate agents feel this need to, I mean, you know, I'm not walking through septic fields in Marietta in my stilettos.
Right.
Like that is not reality.
Right.
And reality television has made, especially in the real estate industry, has made it look like, number one, that all we do is like open the door and we don't do anything else. Opening the door, getting you into the house, that is the least of what a real estate agent does today. And you have so many real estate agents that are selling real estate to create content. They're not creating content to sell real estate.
That's good.
And
that
what
was
they
good. As they say, that was good.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. And what they do is they trivialize what we do. They talk about, you know, this house has more bush than your mom in the 80s. They make fun of people's homes. They talk about how they're stuck in the 90s. They talk about people's house where someone has raised their child, where someone has lived their life, where someone who has worked their brains out to pay for that house. And my head spins around and snot flies out of my nose when I see shit like that. And also, on top of that, I don't need to have my dress cut down to my belly button to sell you a house. And making it sound like I have to do that as a woman infuriates me. It makes me crazy. Because this is the thing, those men in the C-suite, they're not beefcaking it up for us.
Right.
No,
Right.
They even get to wear tennis shoes.
Right.
Hell, there was one guy I was speaking, and the guy had the same outfit on in his headshot as he did on stage when I saw him in June as he did in August.
Same outfit.
Same outfit. And here I am struggling. Which stars am I going to wear today? I mean, that's the thing is like, you think that the value is in the way I look, you totally missed it. And real estate agents today, the best real estate agents are highly undervalued and the worst real estate agents are highly overpaid because the bar to entry is so low. But I will tell you, women now more than ever before have the ability to be seen and heard and build the table more than ever. And it's almost now, we don't even need to deal with you. Like I love men. I'm not a man hater, but I don't need any man to give me permission anymore because I don't have to go through you to get to my goal.
So good.
Because I can go around you all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. And let me make sure you hear that. I don't need to go through you. I don't need your permission. I don't need anything from you because I can leapfrog over you all day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, and I love that you're saying that because I'm seeing with the new models coming into the real estate industry, how things are changing and the ability to build teams and downlines and so on and so forth. There's been an uprising of more like coaches and personalities and the personal brands and the all of these various things. That's why bringing it back to just the foundation and basics of how you even got started in the 90s by reading a book and by being in proximity to somebody that was just doing the work, right? And I think we have added all of these other things, like it's a whole charcuterie board now that we need in order to be successful. But I love that you bring it right back down to just the basic math, baby. Do the work.
Do the work.
Do the work. Show up. Be consistent. Know your stuff, right? And you're going to get there. There's been a lot of changes too, right? Like in NARS, which is the National Association of Realtors, and there was some settlement that changed everything for agents like practically overnight. So people feel like they could be pushed out by AI now. Buyers agents, it says how buyers agents get paid were changed, compensation, negotiations, all of that has changed. The whole model, it looks like there's been some disruption. And I really just want you to speak to that, especially for agents that are veterans that may feel lost, or for someone new, coming into the industry. Can you speak to just how you've been able to navigate the changes?
Well, I love AI and I embrace it with everything that I have. And I think that that's one thing that's kind of been a common thread throughout my business is that I have been able to embrace the changes. I have never been an agent that sticks my head in the sand and says, I'm not going to do video. I'm not going to learn AI. I'm not going to learn how to be a buyer's agent. I understand that as the business changes, I need to adapt to that change. I need to be able to Glendify it. And so for me, I love AI. I think it's amazing. But the bottom line in real estate is the seller wants a buyer and the buyer wants a house.
Yeah.
Period. And that's never going to change. And the shortest distance between those points is me. Period. My expertise, my ability to negotiate, my ability to mitigate your risk is always going to win.
So you've survived every cycle of this industry and it hasn't thrown you. That's what I love about what I'm seeing. What does a newer agent need to understand to make it through this one, or a veteran that may be feeling a little on edge because of technology changes or this new settlement?
Well, I think that if you are a veteran real estate agent, you've been in the business for a long time, rather than being mad about the industry changing, you really need to embrace those changes and try and educate the client that you're working with, no matter who it is. First-time home buyers, VA buyers, luxury buyers, dream home buyers, it doesn't matter. Figure out where your value is in the transaction, whether you're new or you're old. You need to understand how to articulate your value to your consumer. And I think that everybody should create content. I think everybody should be on video because you have the ability to curate your own narrative for your most likely buyer. Why would you not create content for that client? People say all the time, oh, well, Glennda, you know, you don't sell $50 million houses in Beverly Hills. No, I sell everyday houses to Bobby and Susie, Jeff and John, all day, every day in Atlanta, Georgia. If I talked to you, if I showed you some $50 million house in Beverly Hills, that content has no value. I'm not selling $250 million penthouses in New York. I am the Dear Abby of real estate. I give advice to everyday people who want to buy, sell, and invest in real estate. And if you are a real estate agent or any type of content creator, for God's sake, what is going to resonate with your audience? What will inspire them, impact them, or inform them? And how do you do it? Like, what are your key core characteristics? Mine are that I'm real, I'm relatable, I'm relevant, and I'm reliable. Every bit of content that I make is about that. And that's how I talk to my people. I'm everybody's Aunt Glitter. Like, I would advise you just like you were my sister or my daughter. If you came to me and said, oh, Glennda, we want to buy 123 Banana Street, I would say to you, okay, I want you to think about this. When you call me in 5 years to sell it, this house is on top of a terrible house. Is that going to be a bigger house than yours, or is it going to be worse than yours tomorrow? So I want you to understand what are the pros and cons of real estate. What is going to resonate with your audience and your consumer?
Yeah, and speaking of video, right, that's huge in my industry. And a lot of times I'm having to educate women on the importance of showing up and being on camera, helping them get over the fear of being on camera and being consistent online and posting content. Because we're in a founder creator like space, right?
Yeah.
And you said it earlier, right? We're not just content creators, but we're creating content as we work, right? It just becomes what now becomes with purpose. It becomes now what we do to communicate and show our offer and how we can show up. You literally have your content days are what, like 11-hour content days, and you are knocking out 60 videos like a goat, like that. Like, talk to us about what you and your team do surrounding content in order to be consistent online. What does that look like?
So I love live video, first off, and I do a lot of lives. If I'm whacked out or I'm in the moment or I need to get something off my chest, like, I do live video because it's like me FaceTiming you.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you, like, you will not believe this, like, oh my stars and stripes, I'm up in this attic pulling out this rat. This inspector said something stupid, you will not believe this. And this is the thing that kills me, is the damn inspector says there's rats. How do you know it's rat? Do you know that that's rat poop? Because it might be a squirrel.
Right.
And a squirrel sounds much nicer than a rat. So you got to call it wildlife. Like, and that's the thing is, like, when I'm on Glennda Live, like, I want to talk to you. You're my friend. I'm talking to you today, right this very second. I get whacked out about Zillow. I get worked up with another agent. I can talk about that on my Glennda Live. But my evergreen content that I shoot once a month is more topical. Like, what is happening in the market and what have I seen, and my story time. Like, that is why people continue to follow me, is because these are not made up stories.
Right, it's your real life.
This is like, this happened yesterday. Like, and I think that that's what people don't get is, like, literally, like, the air conditioner, like, leaked, the condensation drain line got stopped up, leaked, fell through the ceiling yesterday. Like, so this is not stuff that I'm making up. So that's the thing is, like, I want to be able to tell story time. I want to be able to give you advice. I want to be able for you to take something away and implement it. And like this lady has her house listed in San Antonio, Texas for $3.5 million. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. That lady drove to Dallas, Texas to meet me, to ask me what she needed to do to get her home sold. She didn't ask the real estate agent she hired.
Wow.
And she said, my contract is about up. I'm going to sell my house. I need to sell it. And she was, who is the Glennda of San Antonio?
Wow.
And so that is how I know that my content resonates with people all over the world.
Wow. I love that. It does not have to be complicated.
No.
And that's the part I love, making content easy for my clients. Like, no, this is your life. This is what you do. This is how you serve. What are some of the frequently asked questions that you get? You can answer some of those in the video. I love your lives. I saw one the other day. You were rolling your hair.
Yeah.
And you were getting ready. I
No
was
makeup.
Like, Glennda is on FaceTime giving me the tea with the rollers in her hair.
Well,
and I thought that was so cool.
But it's not post to be perfect.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's post with a purpose.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that so, especially women, you think, oh, I got to look beautiful. Oh, I can't post that one because I messed up my words. Oh, I can't post that one because my hair looks crazy. I mean, it's Atlanta, Georgia. The humidity is 90%. I'm just glad that there's a curl left. I mean, come on. So, I mean, that's just, I want people to know, like, somebody who's not nearly as talented as you are is posting content and is providing a 3-star real estate experience when those people could work with you, but you're more worried about how your hair looks or how you sound on camera.
That is my argument all day long with women. Being a perfectionist puts you in this place of paralysis.
Absolutely.
And you're not doing anything, but you're asking God for favor and asking Him for increase and asking, Him to bless your business, but you won't even show up.
Yeah.
You have to show up. You have to do the work. Faith without works is dead. There was a time, like, remember when the whole TikTok ban happened and you had all your followers that were on there? Did you shift or do anything different post the lift of that ban? Like, are you doing anything to really take ownership of your audience? Or tell me if that affected any way you approach social media.
I am so glad that you asked that question because I want you to think about this. Do you know that love them or hate them, the Kardashian Jenner have 1.5 billion followers? Do you know that they have 91% of those followers emails? So if Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or this or that or YouTube goes away tomorrow, they have all of those email addresses. Mm-hmm. So when TikTok was going to get banned, number one, I was like, you need to follow me everywhere. Just in case one of them goes away, you need to be able to find me. But the most important thing you need to do is you need to give me your email address so I can hunt you down like a hound dog. And that's the thing, is you want those people's contact information. And you also want to know what triggered them to follow you and what keeps them coming back, because you want to double down on that content, and you also want to know what the trigger was. So get their email address, find out why they follow you, make like, everybody who follows you is not your friend or your fan. You don't need 1 million followers. You need 100 people that will go to the mat for you. And if you have that, you will build yourself $1 million business.
I love that you even said that, because the vanity metrics, we can get caught up in it. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, we're online so that we can find our people, those that want to do business with us, or friendships, or even like what I'm doing with this podcast. Like, so many of the women I met online. And when you walked in today, you bumped into my first guest, Real Talk Kim, and you got emotional because you love her content.
Yeah.
And
it spoke to me.
Yes, and it has, really moved you. And I live for that moment. I live for that moment right there. That's why I do what I do, because I think social media is so powerful, and it has a more good use than it does negative. I think it depends on, of course, how we use it, how we operate in it, but I think we are making connections, and that's what it's all about. And in this next space with the rise of AI, human connection matters the most. So people being intentional with their brand like you are, people will seek you out because you're just so real.
Well, it'll be rewarded, because right now everybody is suspicious.
Correct.
That it's AI.
Right.
Oh, it's not real.
Right.
It's AI. And that's why going live, being live events change lives. Showing up in real life is gonna be the monetization pill right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. But the thing about it is that you think about it. Like, I don't know you from Adam's house cat. And I bite into everything I believe you. I believe you. You have created this trust environment. Like, I could have driven down here. You could have been ready to kill me. I drove down here. I walked in a damn open door. I don't even know who's in here. And that's the thing is like, you have created this trust. It's not about vanity and virality.
Yeah.
It's about value and visibility.
That's right.
And then you created a moment for me when I thought, I was like, no, that's not her. And you know, you hear her voice and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that raspy voice.
And
we know that
like,
Real Talk Kim.
And that's the thing is like, that speaks to me. Like,
Beautiful.
I want to fill my life with people and moments and milestones that string together this life that I love.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be around people like you. I want to love on people like you. I want to build you up. I want you to do great. We're not competition. We are in this together, and we're going to make each other better.
Oh yeah, and it's already happened. Like that is just evidence of that. Seeing you guys connect, I'm like, that's me. That's what I used to do hair, by the way. So I was in the salon since the age of 12. So when I graduated high school, I went right into doing hair. I just knew it. I loved making women look and feel good. And so being behind the scenes has just always been my thing. So it took really God stretching me to come forward because I'm more comfortable in the back, like making sure you look good, making sure you make connections, making sure that I send you over to this sister over here that can help you with your kids and daycare. Like, I'm just a connector, and a network came out of that all so organically. I didn't seek to start a network for women. It happened from a salon chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I just live for moments just like this. And I have one more thing I just want to share with you. And you kind of answered it, but you may want to add to it. But I really just want to know, what are you building right now that has nothing to do with real estate? You talked about you said it so beautifully about your life and just these moments that you see God curating and what's happening. But is there anything that you want to add to that you're building right now that has nothing to do with closings and real estate?
I want to speak to women. 74.7% of my audience is women. I want women to look at me and say, if she can do it, I can do it. I want them to be inspired. I want, when you are in your lowest moment, I want you to hear me say, my name is Glennda Baker. Amazing things happen to me. I want you to say that. I want you to chant it. I want you to believe it. I want you to embed in your heart that you are enough. You don't need anybody's permission, and that you make the world a better place just by being in it. And I want, anytime that somebody sees me, or anytime that somebody is with me or around me, I want you to feel, I want you to know that I loved every second of every moment that I was with you. And I don't want you to be distracted from the things you should be devoted to. I want you to live your life full of love and happiness. And when you realize that that's not the direction that you're heading, I want you to have the nerve to stop and reset and remind yourself who you are right now.
Yes, thank you so much. I feel that too. I feel that from you. I know that's just so real, and it's who you are, and you fought to be that person, to show up authentically. I feel it like with everything in me, and I just appreciate you, and I want to say thank you for sacrificing, and when it was uncomfortable, when it was difficult, when it was hard, for you making the sacrifice to show up and just like being Glennda, you know, and like not ever, it's not up for debate nor negotiation.
No.
You know what I mean?
And you know, I lived so many years of my life trying to be somebody else, trying to be what everybody else wanted, trying to fit in with everybody else, because I always knew I was a little bit different than everybody else. My mom, I was the only kid whose parents were divorced in school. My mom was a single parent. Like, she was old. And so I knew I was always a little bit different. But I want you to know, be the best version of you. Stop trying to be somebody else, because you are the best you. And live your best life. Every day is normal. Normal is every single day on this earth You never know if you're going to get tomorrow. I could walk out here today and I may never ever see anybody again. So today, I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to love on you and love on your team, and I want your audience to walk away, and I want them to know how honored I was to be here with you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. I have these quick little rapid fire questions that we're going to do. We're going to close out with this. What did he write here? The biggest what? Real estate industry. What did my husband put here, child? Okay, let's skip that one. Okay, an agent DMs you right now. AI is taking over my job. What do you say back in 2 sentences?
No one can steal your job as long as you provide value.
Period. The biggest lie the real estate industry tells young agents is?
That it'll take you a year to get started.
See, now you make me want to unpack that, but that'll be for the next one. One thing your mother believed about home ownership that turned out to be completely true.
It was her pride of home ownership. My mom always made every place we lived feel like home. But it was the sense of accomplishment, her ability to purchase a home changed her life. The fact that she was able to reach that milestone. And that is why the dream of home ownership for everybody, every single person is so critical to me.
I love that. Okay, a little reality show stuff. So selling Sunset or $1 million listing?
$1 million listing.
Yeah, same. If the Diamond Squad had a reality show, what would it be called?
Shut the up. No.
No, leave it. You know you're being honest.
It's the truth.
But how, you want to know what's so crazy? Kim is coming out with a book called Shut Up and Heal.
I mean, it's the honest to God truth. I mean, sometimes people say to me and I'm just like, you just need to shut the up and get out of my way. I do. I just need you to be quiet. People are like, oh, well, the other agent didn't do their job. Thank you. Go sit down. I will do your job and my job, and I promise you I will get us to the closing table.
Period. I'm that girl.
And we're all like that. Like we don't even, it's not tit for tat. Like we don't even care if how much you add to the transaction. Like we will get us to, all we care about is that our client reaches their goal, whether it's selling or buying.
I love it. I love it, and I love you. Thank you, Glennda Baker. From today on, I'm Colleen Otero, and amazing things happen to me every day. And twice on Sunday.
That's all day, every day,
and twice on Sunday. Thank you, girlfriend.
Thank you.
You're awesome. You're awesome.